Now, welcome back to Sky Sports News. We have got just a couple of minutes to go for England to try and avoid relegation from their Nations League group. Jay Bothroyd, is there any chance they're going to do that? They've got 10 seconds to go.
It doesn't look like it. It's looking very bleak. Bellingham just had a chance. It was a very good ball in from Reece James, and he's just headed it over the bar. I mean, if there's any bright light from today's game, it would be Bellingham's performance. He's been very good. He's been trying. He's been willing. He's trying to get forward and join in. But again, I'm not quite sure what Southgate is thinking here, because we're trying to win this game, and at the moment, why are you not throwing Tammy Abraham on? He plays in Italy. He's scored goals. He's done well. Why is he not on the pitch right now? I'm not sure.
Just 2 substitutes Gareth Southgate made in this game. Does that surprise you? Italy have made 4 or 5.
5. Yeah, Italy has made 5 substitutes, and they're winning the game. We've only made 2 substitutes, and there's been some poor performances. Sterling hasn't been at his, he ain't in the greatest game today, but he's played a full match.
Why can this be, Jay? What reason can you give it?
Yeah, you would think with the quality of players we have in an attacking system. I mean, it's over. England's lost.
They're relegated.
It's poor. And going into the World Cup, we're not going into the World Cup with any kind of belief on form, anything. And to be honest, what formation are we even playing right now? It's gone to 4-2-3-1. Is it 3-4-3? Is it 3-5-2? What is it? It's all up in the air right now, and it's a very, very poor result at the San Siro.
You expect these 2 Nations League games to be used by Gareth Southgate, as preparation for the World Cup.
Of course.
I wanted to be sitting here asking you, what have we learned?
Yeah. Not much, to be honest, Claire. Again, Bellingham was very good. To be honest, Maguire didn't have a bad game. He's pretty decent, but there was no cutting edge. That's one thing Italy had. There was throwing balls in the box. They looked dangerous on the counter-attack. They played some direct balls sometimes. We got into positions to put balls in the box, and we didn't do it. Kane today, apart from those 2 shots in the last 15 minutes of the game, he was starved of service. It's just not working for us at the moment, and I'm not sure what it is.
Were there any positives in terms of defensively? 2 systems were tried, the 3 at the back, and then he went to a flat-back 4. Defensively, have we learnt anything?
I think when we was playing 3 at the back, I think we looked more solid. I think with 4 at the back, there was more space. They had some chances at the end of the game, like I said, Gabbiadini. Players were getting turned more. They was having shots. Gareth Southgate's got some big decisions to make, to be honest. I don't think he really knows what his best starting 11 is, what his best formation is, and it's a worry going into the World Cup.
It's worth just mentioning as well, what are we, 14 months on, maybe slightly more, from reaching Euro 2020 final up against Italy. This Italian side failed to qualify for the World Cup. And I say this Italian side, I don't mean these players, because their first 11 failed to qualify. This is significantly weaker, the side put out today. England have had 5 games in this Nations League tournament. They've won none, they've scored 1 goal, and they've lost 3. What's happened in the last year or so?
That's it. I can't put my finger on it. I don't think many people can either, to be honest. You look at the Italian team tonight, they're missing Chiesa, Verratti, Tonali, Immobile. Arguably, their best players. Yeah, exactly. And, this team has won a game. They had the best chances of the game. Scamacca early on, Pope's made some great saves. To be fair, I think that's another positive you could take. Pope can perform. He made some really good saves tonight. But again, it's a really subdued performance. No real belief going forward, no cutting edge going forward. And again, I want to see people like Ivan Toney, in the squad. He could have been the difference today. Bringing Tammy Abraham on today, he could have been the difference.
It's kind of odd with Ivan Toney. He's not even in the squad. Why have him? Why take him?
I mean, why do you have 2 goalkeepers on the bench? Okay, if one goalkeeper gets injured, you bring another one. But 2 getting injured, how many times has that happened? So it's a strange one. To me, I would have put Ivan Toney on there. He must be buzzing about getting his first call up. why is he not in the squad to play this game? Again, throwing Tammy Abraham on the last 10 minutes maybe, try and get something. You can go direct then. You know, people can make runs off him. The likes of Sterling and Foden can make runs off him. You know, it was just a really poor performance tonight. Yes, we kept possession, but there was just no cutting edge. There was no spark.
Yeah, let's have a look at Group A3 then, because for England fans, it's going to be a long while. They've only got one more game in Group A, thanks to this relegation. And you can see there, 5 games, just the 2 points from them, -6 goal difference. Just to draw your attention to Hungary as well, winning 1-0 against Germany. It means that Hungary and Italy's match in the next round of fixtures is going to be a winner-takes-all to reach the Nations League finals, Jay. So, confidence, looking at that, with one game to go for the World Cup, it can't be very high within that squad.
No, I mean, I think, like I said at the beginning of the show, yes, this is a game that we would have to win for the Nations League, first of all, to be successful. But, of course, you want to get that confidence within the squad moving forward to the World Cup. Today was a subdued performance. I said it started off pretty lethargic as well, very sloppy in passes. As the game went on, we grew into it. There was more possession, but there was no real chances where you would say he should score that. Italy had those chances, and even if they don't have the same possession as England, they still was dangerous moments in their play. Things are looking bleak for England at the moment, and I'm sure people are going to start asking the question, is Southgate the guy to take us to the World Cup? You know, regardless of what we think, I believe that he still should get the opportunity, but there's going to be questions out there now.
Audible boos for the manager from the travelling fans. Of course, there is one thing. It's going to be a packed Wembley and Germany to come on Monday. And if anything's going to get a team up, surely it's those set of circumstances.
I mean, yeah, that's probably England's, biggest rival. England-Germany, what a bigger occasion and big moment to bounce back.
And Germany are coming off the back of a defeat as well.
Exactly, they're not in great form either. So, I'm hoping it's going to be a much better game than today, that's for sure. But I think Gareth Southgate really needs to go back to the drawing board, look at what he's looking to play in the World Cup, look at that formation. There are players, again, that are not in form, that have been called up to this squad. Their players are in form that haven't been put in the squad even. So it's not looking good, to be honest.
England-Germany then next. There's nothing riding on this game whatsoever because Germany can't win the group either now thanks to their defeat. So what does Southgate do? Does he stick with the team that he picked today, which most people would have said going into the World Cup might have been his favoured 11, give or take, minus Pickford maybe? Or does he experiment with all the players that he hasn't seen tonight?
No, I think he has to go for his best team.
Yeah?
What's available.
So similar to tonight, do you think?
I think he has to go for that. I think he needs to win. He needs to win the game. He needs to do that. He needs to show, right, this is what I'm probably going to be using in the World Cup. It's a big game against Germany, top opposition. Even though Germany are not in great form either, it's still a top opposition they're playing against. And he needs to go and say, right, we need to perform now. It's not been good enough. You need to show me that you're worthy of a World Cup place in this squad. Go and perform.
OK, Jay, it was a very interesting evening. England then relegated ultimately from the Nations League. You did say beforehand you didn't want it to be 0-0. You got your wish, but not in very good circumstances. 1-0 then. Thank you very much for your company, though.
Pleasure being here.
And we will see you soon, I'm sure. Thanks, Jay.